had a weird flight home. My plane was just in the air, stayed put. It wasn't moving. I have a video of it. It's actually really creepy. It was, I'll show you. It was just in the air, not moving. And then, so they weren't saying anything at all. Possible. They weren't saying anything at all. And we were freaking out. Like, I've talked about this. I don't know.
Like, doesn't a plane have to be flying in order for it to stay in the air?
I like turbulence and everything. Flights don't bug me out. I felt like more anxiety.
Did it feel like the engines like shut off?
No, I felt more anxiety than I've ever felt. Like, and then there was like a big thump and like it just didn't feel right at all. Isn't that creepy?
Wait.
Okay, is this a video?
Yeah, it's just not moving at all. Play it from the back. It literally just steady in the air, like not flying. And
oh yeah, I mean you're
just
hovering.
In place, hovering.
Yeah.
And for 45 minutes this was happening.
45 minutes?
Yeah, we were bugging the fuck out.
And they didn't say
anything. They didn't say a single thing. And then when it after 45 minutes, the pilot got on the thing and was like, he was like, I didn't want to hop on until we were all okay, but like there was air traffic. I was like, what?
Air traffic? What was he saying? He's like, if we kept going, we would have hit another plane?
I have no idea, but I was like, they can never. I lost trust in the pilot after that because I was like, how can you for 45 minutes not tell people?
Right.
Everyone
you gotta hop on the intercom.
You have to.
Say
everyone
something.
Was looking around like, what the fuck? I had to shut my window.
Come on, you
thing.
say like, hey guys, like, sorry, we're having an air traffic problem. I would have been like, sure, that makes sense.
I'm forgetting the most absurd part of my flight. We're online waiting to get on board the flight. There's a group of fucking spring breakers, right? They must have been 18 to 21 years old. I can't decide which college. A bunch of college bros. We were flying into Newark, so a bunch of Jersey bros.
Yeah,
they were like, if you don't go to this gym, you're such a beta. And I was like, these kids are like,
oh boy,
you would make a movie about them, but you don't root for any of them. You know, like Project X, like you're rooting for like the loser kids. Like you're not rooting for any of these kids. And they were so annoying on the line. And I was like, watch, Dev, we're going to be fucking stuck next to these kids. Like we got exit row like seats like in JetBlue. It's like even more space.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah. They don't have comfort at JetBlue.
No, believe me, I know. You got the even more space.
Even more space. Yeah. So I'm like, these fucking kids are going to be next to us. I could feel it. I walk up to my row.
I don't know if I would trust them with the exit row.
I walk up to my row. A kid's in my seat. And his friend's next to him in the middle.
Yeah.
I go, that's my seat. I wasn't nice to him. I was like, that's my seat.
Is your name on it?
Yeah. I was like, that's who do you know here, bro? I was like, that's my seat.
Yeah.
And he goes, this was the craziest ask I've ever gotten on the plane. He goes, oh, my friend who's sitting in the middle next to him. He goes, my friend, his seat is the middle seat on the other side. Do you mind sitting in that seat? I said, yes, I mind sitting in that seat. He was like, well, I'm just asking because like we want to sit next to each other. So like I'll take the window and then you could go sit in his. I said, no.
So they had two middle seats.
Yeah, and they tried to switch my window that I paid for with his middle seat on the other side. I said, no, get up. And then I've
actually done that before as well.
I would have said it like that. Like
I didn't say it like that either.
I didn't say it like that, but I was definitely not nice. I was like, no. Like that's exactly. I was like, no. And then he was
I've been asked to switch a window for a middle, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. Like
if the kid was like, I get really,
I still wouldn't. I'd be like, that's tough. Don't book a middle seat.
No, exactly. But like if I get really sick, whatever. Like other circumstances, maybe.
Mine was like it was early in the morning, and I wanted to sleep. So I was like, I need the wall for my pillow. Like
certain circumstances, whatever, but like this was like,
no, that's
I
crazy
just want to sit next to my fucking friend. And I was like, absolutely not. And your parents probably fucking booked these seats for you because no way you guys paid for even more space. I didn't say it. I was thinking it. So I sit next to this kid. And so now I'm stuck next to the kid who asked me this because then he moved over to the middle.
His actual
his
seat.
friend moved over. And I took out my iPad to watch a nice little program. And this fucking kid starts making fun of my iPad. Like he's texting his friend and like looking over.
I'll be completely honest. I might side with him on that one. Your iPad is ginormous. Your iPad. If I was sitting next to someone and they also pulled out the iPad that you have, I also would have texted my group chat. And said, then the girl next to me has the most ridiculous iPad.
But then his fucking TV didn't work, so who was laughing out? Yeah. I was watching nice little TV on my iPad, and he had a broken TV.
Well, your iPad's 4 times the size of the JetBlue screen.
I was having the time of my life on my iPad, and he was making fun of me, and I felt really humiliated. I was like, this fucking 18-year-old little fuck is making fun of me. This little shit is texting his friend. And I was just like,
for your big ass iPad.
Yeah.
I'm like, have the words blown up like this big. Like
I'm like the closed captions.
I'm putting my Instagram and Twitter out like really far so maybe you could see like, oh, she's verified.
I don't know if you know who I am, but
sir, excuse me.
Kind of a big deal.
Oh, I'm kidding, but I was so flabbergasted, and then after, like, I was like, all right, this kid's a little shit, but then after he's making fun of my iPad, I was like, this kid's my fucking mortal enemy now. Like, I hate him so much. Like, I hated him so much.
I'm cracking up. I honestly, like, I think the more you talk about how much you hate him, the more I'm like, I think I like this kid.
No, I know. He's such a little shit, and I think he, like,
for the balls to even make that ask, and then
so
because
ballsy.
You have a giant iPad,
and then this little shit, he was
Ria's iPad's literally like this
so big. It's 13 inches.
It's like the size of this.
It is literally the size of the top of your laptop.
But
like,
it's great.
So huge.
But he asked one flight attendant for water at one point. He was getting the shakes. I think he was a little hungover.
Yeah.
And he asked the flight attendant for water, and I guess she was taking a while, and another flight attendant passed by, and he was such an asshole.
Such a dick.
And he goes, "Can I get some water?" Like, I asked the other one for water, and I wanted to be like, "Did your parents teach you manners?" Because you asked me for my window seat. You're being really rude about the water, and you made fun of my iPad. So, like, I thought
strike 3.
I thought by the end of the flight maybe we would have became best friends.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
Was there someone in the aisle seat?
Yes. I paid no mind to them.
Where was
so
Devin
distracted
sitting?
by this kid. Right behind me.
Oh, behind you. Okay.
And she was flabbergasted too. She was like, this kid is nuts. Like, because I thought I was being crazy. And then she texted right away being like, that was nuts. And I was like, thank God. Because I don't, like, I feel like this. I feel like I was getting bullied by these kids. And they were like, I thought they were about to call me a beta for my iPad. Oh my God. Yo, this girl's got such a big iPad, such a beta move.
It's funny that like having
this
a big
bitch with the giant iPad
cool.
wouldn't switch seats with me.
Right, and it's like, oh, I have a flat screen TV in front of me, so you're jealous.
Like 10 years ago, I feel like having a huge screen would have been like the coolest thing. Now it's like, oh, like
no, it's not even. It's not even that. It's just. I've not seen a lot of people with said iPad.
Like, that's only for watching movies.
Like, I don't know if I've ever met anybody else that also owns the size of that iPad.
I actually don't do anything
like,
on
what
that
else
iPad
would you
besides
need?
watch
like,
TV.
Yeah.
Like,
I
actually never use that iPad unless I'm on a plane.
Yeah.
It's my plane iPad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, it was definitely something.
That iPad, like, does it even fit on the...
You have to check that? Does that count as your carry-on?
Does it fit on the tray table?
Yes, if it's on the tray table. It's good to share if you're sitting with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I bet they sell things where you could, like, hook it on to the, like, replace the normal screen.
Oh, yeah.
And then just have a huge
but then
screen.
people would see my screen too
much. Yeah, exactly.
It is kind of like, I think he was laughing at one point, though, because my, you know when, like, the Wi-Fi hits at a certain point, the Wi-Fi wasn't hitting yet, so I was just listening to music on there. And I think that's what he thought was really absurd, was I was listening to Spotify
on your giant iPad.
Like,
okay, I mean, that's funny. That's funny.